Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern Time Zone of the USA. It is 17:15 Zulu on June 6th, 2023. And this is Tuesdays with DX Engineering. And we want to welcome back to the show our very good friend, Jeff, KB8ZWT. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you doing today? Good to be
Doing
back.
good. Doing good. Jeff, I know that summer is a busy time for you, but you've also been on the phone with on the phones with our customers. And
Yes.
what are you hearing? What are you hearing, Jeff?
Well, it's amazing. There's something coming up. I think they call it Field Day,
Field day.
and
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of calls on Field Day. In fact, I might be camping that weekend, so I might be taking the 7200 here with me and doing a field day from the campsite. But a lot of people asking questions on antennas and mobile radios and all kinds of things for Field Day.
You know, I thought of you on Sunday at the Hamfest in Pittsburgh. There was a 7200 for sale.
Oh boy.
That is, I, I, I don't know that I've ever seen a 7200 at the Hamfest for sale, but you have two of them, right?
No, I have one. I wish
Okay.
I had two. Yes.
And you're not selling the one you have.
Nope, not for sale. No way.
And I, Jeff, let's shift to antennas. I know you're a big fan of the Chameleon M Pass, right?
Yes, that's what I'll be using if I go camping. Great antenna, easy to deploy. I can have that antenna up, radio ready, on the air in less than 10, 15 minutes.
And it's the M Pass. Is it 2.0? Is that
It's the older version, but it is the 2.0. It's not the one that came with all the backpack and stuff like that.
okay? It is the 2.0. And
Yeah.
Jeff, refresh our memories here. About how long of an antenna is that?
I believe when you use the MPass and the whip, I think it's 17 feet tall. Sounds about
Okay.
right. Yeah,
And you've worked all over the place with that, right?
I have. My very first contact was a gentleman, I can't think of the call sign, out in Slovenia, and I had just set it up here in the yard. Had the radio set up in the camper. He gave me a 5.9, and he was booming in here. But so yeah, it works very well. I'm very impressed with that antenna.
So, that's like 3,000 miles over in
Yes.
Slovenia. And, with a pretty simple setup,
Yep.
100 watts and a wire, right?
Yep. 7,200 and 100 watts. That was it.
That speaks volumes. And of course, Jeff, now that 10 meters and even 6 meters, but especially 10 meters, is showing lots of life, that should be pretty exciting for field day.
Oh, I would think so. And I don't remember where I was seeing this. Oh, I heard it. Somebody was talking. They were on 10 meters a couple weeks ago using that same antenna. Their 10-year-old son just got his technicians, and they were doing a park on the air and
Yeah.
made
And
quite a few contacts.
this past weekend was a Parks on the Air contest.
Hmm.
I didn't participate, but uh, it seems like Parks on the Air is getting even more popular as time goes on.
It is. Now, I haven't done any camping yet this year, but I know a buddy of mine was out at West Branch State Park here in Ohio, and he goes, "So as I was driving around or riding around on our bicycles, he goes, I see all these antennas that people are putting up. What are those?" I said, "Well, it's probably ham radio or something like that."
Yeah, that's a good point. If you go out to a state park on the weekends, maybe even during the week, but you're bound to find some hams.
Absolutely. I now we haven't been out to West Branch for a few years, but one of the weekends we were out there, there were three other people at the park activating. So we all kind of just got together late on in the afternoon and enjoyed ourselves, playing radio.
Right. And it's a great way to make new friends too. I
Yep.
mean, the radio is always a good place to make friends, but when you show up in the same park, I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And uh, as you said, I mean, you say within 10 or 15 minutes, you're on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the place that we go camping now in Amish country, unfortunately, it's not a, one that I can activate as a parks on the air. And I have to figure this out. The campsite that we have has a telephone pole with a power transformer right above us. So we've become good friends with a nearby resident that I think he might be able to let me put my antennas and stuff over in his area. So I think
Yeah,
we'll be okay.
that would be a safer deal. I'm glad you
Definitely.
brought that up, Jeff. That
Safety.
um, every summer somebody takes a chance
Yep.
with the power lines,
Yes.
and the power lines win. And so if there's power lines, you got to stay away from that.
Yes.
Had a really good friend, K5NA, who was helping. He was helping a buddy
Yeah.
down in Texas, taking down an antenna, and they thought they had it right so that the antenna would not get into the power lines. It got into the power lines. He went over to help get the antenna out, and he was killed instantly.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and it doesn't have to happen.
No, my feeling is if I can see the telephone pole and I can see the wires, I'm too close. I'm not even gonna try.
That's right. And it's not something you can shoot a string over or any of that. You got to stay away from that stuff. It's really, really important. And especially with field day, because there's all sorts of temporary situations. And Jeff, we don't want to be talking about bad stuff that happens. So
Right.
the
Well,
idea is to go out and have fun, right?
right, exactly. And one thing that I did, and I don't have the sheet with me right now, but I copied somewhere, field day safety checklist. And I have that in my camper. So when we do go places, I'll look at that and look around and see what is around me just to make sure I'm in a safe area. So that's always something good to have when you're doing parks on the air and some of these other things.
I think that's a great idea, and that is on the ARRL.org website.
That's it.
There's a field day package up there, which is really well put together. I mean, I'm not sure who put it together up there. Maybe it was Bart Yonke, W9JJ, or one of the guys. Just an excellent deal, and of course the ARRL has got lots of safety stuff on the website. So that's a really good point to go to the ARRL.org and print that off. Let's see who's in the chat room here, Jeff. Whiskey Bravo 7 Mike Lima is on, and he is looking forward to field day. And our friend Ted, K8NA, from up in Michigan. And nice to see both of you again. And we have Dave, Whiskey 5 Oscar Delta Papa is on today from Texas. And Barry from the United Kingdom, Germany 6, Juliet, Mike X-Ray. And Adrian says, what kind of power do you use with field day? Well, a couple of things. Generator, it doesn't take much of a generator these days, or you can even use solar power, but 100 watts, Jeff, that's all you need.
That's all you need, 100 watts. I'm a big fan of the 100 watts.
Right. I mean, you don't cause a lot of unnecessary QRM, and I believe they have changed the limit to 500 watts for some stations, but it's always best to check the rules because they change every year too.
Right.
Speaking of power, our amplifier guru, John Stanford, is on. Kilo Fox 6 India. He just got back from CPAC. It was a great show, and John's looking forward to field day. And Dan, I met Dan at Hambench, and Jeff. Dan's been a follower of ours for a long time, to WA4 Mike Oscar Mike. Long time no see, Jeff. Nice to see you again.
Glad to be back. We'll do more.
Dan is just a great guy. The Netherlands, Papa Echo 2 Kilo checking in. And also in England, Mike 0 Delta Sierra Kilo. And we've got Alpha 8 Whiskey Quebec. And Scotty, who never sleeps, Whiskey Kilo 3 November. And Scotty, I hope your rotators are getting fixed. Jeff, he's got Alpha 1 Kilo, who is a really good tower guy. He's got him coming out to replace some rotors. I think he got some rotors from us, so he's good to go. And how about this weather, Jeff? I mean, you can't be cutting grass.
I know, but I've been splitting firewood, getting ready for this winter. I got bought a new log splitter, a new chainsaw, and my yard's covered in firewood.
All right, well, be careful with your hands because you can't operate the radios if
That's
you get. True. Steve is on November Alpha 5 Charlie. I believe our aging hobby has no business climbing towers anymore. Hire a pro, well worth it.
Yes.
I mean, can you put a price tag on your life, Jeff?
No, you can't. Not at all.
You can't. And the great thing about hiring a pro is that's what they do every day. Yep. So they're going to be very good at it. Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, but it's well worth it. And there's some really good guys like AA1K, like KLX, like W2GD, like K4ZA, and I could go on and on and on. But Steve, that is great advice.
Yes.
We've got Carl on from Ravenna, Ohio, very close to you there.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Whiskey 8 Kilo Fox Whiskey. Nice to have you on.
Maybe we'll see him at the PCARS meeting in a week or so.
And Paul is on at 65. I don't even get on my roof. I tell you, the roof scares me more than a tower.
Yeah.
The edge of a roof, Jeff, and with ladders. I mean, it's really something. So
don't ask me about roofs. Don't ask me about roofs right now. That's a sore subject. Let's just say.
Well,
cleaning the roof of the camper the other day and took a little slip and a little bit bruised up.
That's going to leave a mark.
It did.
Well, Jeff, it's been great having you back on.
Yes.
And I hope you find some time here this summer to come on again and again and again, and also get on the air and let's see what happens.
Absolutely. We will do this again, definitely.
Yeah. And, summertime, you never know what you're going to get on 6 meters and 10 meters. So enjoy it. And we got sunspots now. We waited forever for sunspots. So now that we have them, let's get out and enjoy them. And so, Jeff, have a really good June. And I hope you can get on for field day. We'll look for you.
Yes, you too.
All righty. Until next time, 73 from DX Engineering.